welcome to Ask the Pediatricians Live. Today we'll be having our dear consultant pediatrician, Dr. Gbemisola Boyede. My name is Vera James, and I'll be moderating today's discussion on infant nutrition. Dr. Boyede, you're welcome to the studio.
Yeah, good morning, Vera. Good morning, Ask the Pediatricians. We are all welcome.
How are you
It's my
today?
pleasure to be here this morning. I'm good. It's a beautiful day.
Good to have
Thank you.
Very briefly, we'll go into what we are here for today, but before then, we'll have a little commercial. Please stay.
For nearly 20 years, Afravite has been my family's choice of multivitamin supplement for the children. When I was a young girl, my mother gave me Afravite because it's rich in vitamins crucial in the growth of children and for their daily vitality. Afravite now comes in a new pack but retains the same goodness that helps to keep the family strong and healthy. Afravite, available in syrup and drops for daily vitality. Afravite is made.
Okay, welcome back, everyone. So, Dr. Gbemisola Boyede, you'll be talking to us this morning on infant nutrition. I would like you to do something before you start. Please let's understand what do we mean by, or what do you pediatricians mean by the word infant? Because over the years as an ATP moderator, we find issues with who the neonate is, who the infant is, who the toddler is, who the baby is, who the child is. So please clarify that before you tell us what infant nutrition is about.
All right. Thank you so much, Vera. Infant, strictly speaking, is any child between the ages of 1 month to 1 year. But this morning, we're going to really use it very loosely because we're going to be talking about nutrition in the first 2 years of life. So if you want to be very technical, politically correct, you can talk about newborn, infant, and young child nutrition. But that's quite a mouthful. So, infant nutrition, basically, we're going to be talking about nutrition from day 1 of life to the first 2 years, because those are the most crucial period when we are talking about nutrition in children, and that is when most mothers have issues. Yeah.
Okay. Would want you to just tell us give an overview of what we mean by infant nutrition. Nutrition in what sense, food, what kind of food you want children to eat and all that. Before we go into the questions, because I'm sure viewers will have loads of questions for you this morning, because this is one topic that we keep hearing and Ask the Pediatricians. So what do you really have for us? Give us an overview, an introductory message.
Okay, thank you, Vera. The reason why we are having this discussion, because thank God for Facebook group, thank you for Ask the Pediatrician. We get loads and loads of questions daily, and recently Facebook has given us the opportunity to categorize posts on that topics. And what I found is that the most frequently asked questions, the topic that tends to come up all the time, is the issue of complementary feeding. Somehow mothers are getting it now when it comes to exclusive breastfeeding and all that, but majority struggle from that period of after 6 months of exclusive breastfeeding. What's the next thing to do? And then you see babies that have been doing so beautifully well on exclusive breastfeeding, they begin to have a lot of issues. And that is why it is one of the most frequently asked questions on Ask the Pediatrician Facebook group. And that's why we deem it fit to, okay, let's talk about it. We've always shared we've had a group discussion on the topic. We've shared so many articles with books, stuff, but I still found that majority of mothers are still struggling with this aspect of their child nutrition. So we decided that let's talk about it. Let's mothers know what to do, what are the issues they have. Like I always make a joke, those are the most frequently asked questions any pediatrician is going to be asked throughout your lifetime. the mother is just going to come to you, my child is not eating. That's the standard question. And they expect you to give them like a magical wand or a medication or a particular thing that wants to wave it on the child or wants to give the child that medication. The child will start eating like a pro. And so mothers are always disappointed when their children are not eating, and it gives them a lot of anxiety, makes them worry a lot. And so that's why this time around we think we should address the topic. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Bemisola, for that. And just like you've said, your mothers really want you to give them the magic wand. Because the first question I have here from Na Ajli says, my 11-month-old daughter has refused to eat. Her weight is not encouraging. So, Dr. Bemisola, please give us the magic wand. What should she do?
Yeah, but Vera, before we go into the question, I will want to, for give some overview, kind of give general information for mothers, so that if not, we just keep repeating the same, we keep answering the same questions over and over again. So it's important that we give a short brief of what infant nutrition is generally all about.
That's fine. That's
Okay,
exactly
so
what we want to hear.
okay, thank you. First and foremost, the first 6 months of life, we are very clear that what every child needs to eat is breast milk. And luckily for me, as I was preparing for this ATP Life, I found out that UNICEF and some other groups have come up with very beautiful videos, because sometimes I think mothers struggle a lot with the reading a lot of stuff, and you're trying to explain things to them, they don't get it. So sometimes visual or the visual learning is always the best. So we have a lot of very many videos that are just short videos, about 3 to 5 minutes long. I think the longest is about 7 minutes stuff that you can watch, and that address all these various issues. And I'm going to strongly recommend that every mother listening to me, every member of Active Pediatrician Group should go watch those videos. And we've also created that unit in our group now. So you have the like unit courses if you like. So there's a unit course on breastfeeding. So you watch all the breastfeeding videos, read all the articles and everything. You become a pro on breastfeeding. Then there's a unit course on all that I'm going to talk. All I'm going to be talking about today: infant nutrition. What do you give your child? How often do you feed your child? How much do you give your child? What are the kind of foods you can use? How do you keep the food safe? All those things have been broken down into short videos. So if you have not seen them, just go to Active Pediatrician Facebook group. Click on the units part. You will see unit 1, breastfeeding. You see unit 2, infant and young child nutrition. Okay, so now back to the question. So the first 6 months of life, breastfeeding, breast milk only, no water, no agbo, no juice, no ribena, nothing. I like to emphasize this thing, because a lot of mothers tells me they are doing exclusive breastfeeding, but they are giving water, they are giving ribena. That is no exclusive breastfeeding. So it's only breast milk and nothing else but breast milk. Then after 6 months, your baby needs to start eating other things, but you need to still continue to breastfeed, because that's another mistake mothers make. They think when you say, okay, baby is now 6 months, exclusive breastfeeding is over, I jump into other food and no more breast milk. No, you still need to keep breastfeeding, and then in fact, you are going to breastfeed throughout the first 2 years of life we're talking about. Yeah, that's what we recommend. That's what WHO recommend. That's what everybody recommend. Yes, Vera. Then, but at that point, you need to now start adding other food. Are we clear on that? But we also need to clarify that when you start adding other food, remember that it's a gradual process. You can't expect a 6-month-old baby who has been on milk only, and the first day you give a bowl of pap or something, the child should just finish it. So that's why I recommended those videos. Yeah. So the first 6 months, after that 6 months, when you're introducing it, the first few days or weeks, you're just going to feed that baby twice, and maybe about 3 spoons of, yes. So you don't need to like make 100 mils or 200 mils, and when your baby doesn't finish it, she only takes 2 or 3 spoons to say,
And then you feel
Dr.
discouraged.
Baby, my
Okay,
baby is
that's
not
true. That
eating,
usually happens.
and then you start panicking, then you throw away that one, you think it's because baby doesn't like that one, you try another one, and then you start getting frustrated, you start also forcing the baby to feed, and then the baby also begins to dislike feeding entirely. It should be
Because
something
it's so
enjoyable.
cumbersome for
It
the
should not
child,
be.
stressful.
Yes. So it's going to be gradually. Mother should understand that. And you can give your baby any food from 6 months. That's another thing mothers need to realize. It doesn't have to be pap. Most of my listeners are Nigerian, so it's either we're doing pap or we're doing milk from the
Food.
shops or cereals that are inside the tins.
Yes.
You don't need to do that. You can use things in your own kitchen, and it doesn't have to be cereal only. It can also be things like banana, mashed fruits, and things like that. As long as it's soft food, because it has to be something the baby can easily swallow, something soft, something. And of course, you are still breastfeeding because there are still a lot of nutrients the baby need, and which when you're introducing new food, initially you may not get everything from the new food because baby is also not going to be taking a lot of time. So that's why you still need to keep on breastfeeding. And the emphasis is on more breastfeeding, and then not reducing the quantity of breast milk you are giving before, but gradually adding the new food. So that is why we talk about when you first start, the first 1 or 2 weeks, 3 spoons twice a day is enough.
And
Keep
that'll
on
be fine.
breastfeeding. That will be fine. Then, as the baby gets bigger, maybe by towards the end of the 6 months, you can now begin to make it about 3 times a day, of the porridge, or whatever food you are giving at this age. That would be soft, semi-solid, not big solid, but at the same time not watery. Because that's another thing mothers do. We give uh, pap, milk, or formula. We put it into the bottle, and because we put it into the bottle so that it can flow out of and then it's so watery. The way, if you watch those videos, they actually demonstrated it. It's a porridge that when you put it on the spoon, it should not drop. It should not flow out. It should not drop. You should be able to hold it on the spoon and it's not dropping. That is how you know that you have the right consistency, and it should be with a spoon and the plate. And that is what you do. And then you gradually, and you are also giving healthy snacks. So 3 meals from 6 months to 8 months, with one snack in between, healthy snack. You will see example of healthy snacks in that video. And then by 9 to 11 months, that is when babies start doing finger feeding. So you are giving them food that they can hold in their hands. They can hold banana in their hands. They can hold a little bit of apple and things like that. And you are also increasing the quantity, maybe to like about 3 quarter now, and then maybe 4 times a day you are still breastfeeding. And then by the time your baby is about 1 year, then you can make it 4 to 5 times a day with the snacks, maybe 2 snacks this time around, and of course, almost a full plate. So those are the things that mothers need to know. And when mothers keep asking me this question, they know my mantra. I always tell them patience and persistence. Mothers want to start a new food the first time and they want the child to finish a big bowl of it. And mothers are always worried that their baby is not eating enough. You see, their stomach is actually small. There's a limit to what it can hold. So if your baby has taken 3 spoons and it doesn't want again, that is
It's
enough.
fine.
You stop.
True.
Then you give other food. You can give your breast milk in between. Maybe in another 3 4 hours, you can now give another food. They are not going to eat the same quantity like you. They are not going to eat because your stomach is bigger. Okay, so those are the initial preliminary information I want to provide, and
Thank you
then we will
so
now go on
much.
to answer specific questions. Yeah,
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Boyede. This is eye-opening.
you're
I'm
welcome.
sure our participants, our viewers are enjoying this already. So, viewers, please drop your questions live. Dr. Bimsola is here to answer them one after the other. Please make them brief so we would not have issues reading on the screen as they scroll. Thank you. While we're waiting for those questions, we'll just take a commercial now. Thank you.
For nearly 20 years, Afravite has been my family's choice of multivitamin supplement for the children. When I was a young girl, my mother gave me Afravite because it's rich in vitamins crucial in the growth of children and for their daily vitality. Afravite now comes in a new pack but retains the same goodness that helps to keep the family strong and healthy. Afravite, available in syrup and drops for daily vitality. Afravite is made by Afrochem Limited.
Okay, welcome back. Please, viewers, I would love you to go to the Ask the Pediatricians page. Look through the live questions and begin to drop your questions there. Please don't drop your questions in the wrong place so we can see your questions live and Dr. Boyede will be ready to attend to them. All right, let's, Dr. Boyede, let me just ask you a few questions that I have here already. Okay, you said something about the transition period. And someone is, four questions have come in asking the same question. And then there's this myth that if I breastfeed my child exclusively, when it's time to give the child food, the child refuses to eat, no matter how much I try. You said something just now. You said take it in bits and all of that. But I don't know where this whole myth is from. I've heard this from different moms and different daddies, and even here on my question sheets. People are asking, I have experienced this with my first child, my second child, my third child. If I do exclusive breastfeeding, when it's time to transit, it's always an issue. However, if I feed them from, if I mix feed them from birth, I usually don't have such issues. So please, how do you address this, Dr. Bimsola?
Okay, thank you very much, Vera. It's one of the most popular questions we get, and there's a lot of myths around babies being exclusively breastfed and then not wanting to eat. That is actually not true. It is a myth, as she said. The reason why mothers have that issue is that it's because of the way we go about the technique of introducing new food. You know, I made mention of that. Most mothers think that when you're exclusively breastfed, then the next thing you just jump into the complementary food, the solid food, and reduce or stop breastfeeding and just do more of the solid food. And because a baby was an exclusive breastfeeding, will still want to suck, and the baby even needs to suck anyway. Sure. So they are thinking baby should stop sucking so that baby can eat other food. So they unconsciously or consciously are trying to reduce the frequency of breastfeeding so that they can give the solid, and then they also want to give the solid immediately. I know I see some others telling me, my baby is just 6 months, I've tried this, I've tried that. If your baby is just 6 months and you've already tried 3 or 4 different food, you are trying too hard. It is too early. That's the mistake. And then such mothers get frustrated because they are forcing the baby to eat. Then the baby begins to develop aversion for food aversion. They don't, because they see it as a stressful period. You come with this your big plates and spoon, and it's like everybody is terrified. The baby doesn't like that. So then the baby will also like, okay, he's a battle, who is going to win now. So what we're saying basically is that when you are introducing new food, go slow and so it's a gradual process. Don't start with 100 minutes of pap on day one. The baby is not going to take it. And that is the truth. Keep on, don't reduce the frequency of your breastfeeding. Keep on breastfeeding, then in between the breast milk, you can give the new food, and do it gradually. In the first week, 2 weeks, is only twice a day. And maybe 2 or 3 spoons is enough. That is okay. That is it. That's where the error starts from. And don't force your baby to eat. If your baby is a new thing, sometimes the baby are like, what is this? I've been taking this milk. Which one is this new one? So you need to give the baby time. And I always tell mothers, even you as an adult, I don't jump into new food so easily like that. I take my time, and I know some people are very adventurous. We are all different, but I'm not that very adventurous. So when I see something from Chinese thing, it takes me time to adjust to them and all that, because I'm a Nigerian, I'm used to eating my food. So That is exactly the same thing for a baby. So you just imagine that that baby is from an is from another country where they take only breast milk. Now you are bringing her to Nigeria. You want
Okay,
her
now
to
we're
eat
having
jollof rice.
questions.
Just after imagining that. So that's
Good,
what I would say. Yeah,
good,
I
good.
can see a question
Yes.
like there's a question before this one. There's one about what are
Talking about
examples of
healthy
healthy
snacks.
snacks.
Healthy
Yeah.
snacks, yes.
So when we talk about healthy snacks, thank you very much. That's Tomilola. Healthy snacks are basically things like fruits. So you can give things like banana, you can match it. Remember, that's another thing I didn't mention. In the first 6 to 8 months, the food has to really be mashy. So if you're giving banana, it has to be mashed. You can blend your fruits and make it like smoothies kind of a thing. Those are other snacks. You can give oranges, you can give all those kind of things. They are healthy snacks. But by the time it's turning 9 to 11 months, when they are becoming the food, the consistency needs to increase, and then they can also hold it. So at 11, 9 to 11 months, the baby can actually hold the banana in their hand. You don't need to match it anymore. They can hold, you can cut a little bit of pieces of apple, they can eat that as well. Those are what we mean by healthy snacks in between.
Lovely.
Not biscuits, not juice, not candy, not all those are junk food. And mistake most mothers also do is to give their babies lots of junk foods. And then when the children like the sweet, sugary, salty junk food, they don't want to eat the healthy food. So, and I keep getting questions from mothers telling me, oh, my baby only wants to eat biscuits, so and see, doesn't want to eat any other thing. That baby doesn't know there's anything called biscuits. You are the first person that gave that child biscuit. If you never gave him or her biscuit, that child will never know there's anything called biscuits. And that is why it is very important that when we're introducing new food to our babies, we give them healthy choices. We give healthy snacks. Lots of examples on the video, which are really advocating that we all watch. Not soda, not all those things they sell in the shops, all those. I know we have a culture of, oh, everybody come visiting them, they just buy those for them. It is wrong. Please, let's give them fruits. Let's give them veggies. Those are examples that are good for children to use. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you,
Then the
Dr.
next
Boyede.
question I
There's a
saw,
second
yeah,
question. The person is asking how many cups of juice can a
yeah.
child between 4 and 8 years drink in a day? I'm sure you know.
Now, number one, when you say juice, the way I understand Nigerian juice is those one you sell in the store. It's not even advocated. But if you're talking about you making your own orange juice in your own kitchen, I always like to say that. So you buy the fresh orange and you squeeze it, there's no problem. Let the child take as much as they want. There's the amount of fluid they need to take. But I remember that the child is also going to drink water. The child is also going to eat other food. So I would say maybe once or twice a day is okay. And that can even count as an healthy snack if it is coming from a fresh fruits and things like that. Yeah, not the one you are selling in the store, concentrates, which is mostly sugar and water. So we don't advocate that children drink a lot of juice. As much as possible, you want to go for healthy choices.
Viewers, please, can we
Okay.
streamline our questions
Yeah.
to questions related to infant nutrition, please? I just saw a
Yeah. So
question
we only
now.
take questions on nutrition. Yeah.
Okay, we'll just
Yeah.
have
Please,
a
Rebecca,
short
ask
break.
questions on in nutrition. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll have a short break now for another commercial. Stay tuned.
I want to be strong. I want to be smart. Drink it every time. That's why I drink Pip 456. Pip 456, yeah.
Welcome back. Okay, Dr. Gbemisola Boyede, I have another question for you here. This person is asking, I'm sure this person is an ardent follower of Ask the Pediatricians Foundation. She's saying, why can't I mix cereals for my child?
I want to be strong. I want to be smart.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah.
Madam.
Asking, why can't I mix cereals for my child? Because let me say the average Nigerian parent would want to do the guinea corn, white corn, and all of those kind of corn.
Okay, I
So
get
she wants to know why.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Who is that? So much for the question. Let's start by saying number one. your baby can eat anything. Anything. It doesn't have to be cereal alone. I really want Nigerians especially to take that away, because it's like everything complementary food is pap. That is not true. That is number one. Number two, your baby you when you want to introduce food, you make it progressive, because babies can also react to certain food. That's another principle. Principle three is that the food should come from different food classes or groups of food. So we have what we call the grains. So that is where all your pap, your sorghum, your maize, your millets, wheats are coming from. We have what we call proteinous food, things like your soya beans, your beans, and stuff like that. We have what we call the animal food, like things like other sorts of milk apart from your breast milk, egg, fish, meat, and all that. Then we have the vegetables, the fruits, and then water. Now, what we're advocating when you are mixing food is to mix from these different sources. Don't just mix maize and wheat, and you are still giving basically something from the same food source. And then, of course, I forgot the oil. We need things like palm oil or even your normal vegetable oil. So mix, if possible, at least 4 from when you are mixing food. Bring 4 from the different classes. Now, in that first 6 to 8 months, your baby is trying. You are trying to know what your baby can take or not take. So preferably do one at a time. So if you do one cereal, you can add breast milk to it. You can buy formula and add it to it. But don't forget that your baby should need to keep on breastfeeding. Now, if your baby is already taking that one, you can try another one. And if you don't want to miss it at that point, so you already know that baby is safe with one and it's not going to react to that. And now, so when you're adding the second one, if your baby start having rashes or something, then you know that that baby is not tolerating that one, you quickly take it out. But if at the beginning you had everything, you will never know when your baby is reacting. You will never know which one your baby is reacting to. So it's better to do that. And that is very, very important. So we are not saying don't mix the food. We are saying do it gradually. We are saying do it from various classes. So I would prefer you do a cereal, maybe maize, ogi or something like that. Then add crayfish. That is from the animal source. Then if you want to blend banana into it as well, then add milk. That is a more balanced, adequate, complementary feed, which is fine for your baby to eat, than for you to just add maize and wheat and sorghum, and all of them are cereals. So where's the baby getting the protein? Where's the baby? And then a little oil, palm oil will give you vitamin A. We also give you calories as well. So it's better to have at least 4 on each plate rather than just only one class of food. Okay.
Wow, that's so brilliant. Thank you so much, Dr. Bimisola, for that.
Yeah.
I mean, that has clarified so many things. What you're saying is
Yeah.
mix and make sure the food is balanced. Wow, I think that's
Yes. Yeah, well, we try
problem.
to avoid the word balance because mothers also goes to another issue, but we're trying to make sure it's adequate. Different food from different classes, and it doesn't have to be all at the same time. In other words, you don't have to give the same thing morning, afternoon, and night. Okay, so you can give cereal with a particular kind of protein mixture now.
Okay.
In the second one may not necessarily be that same combination. You can do another. So I would rather, let's say you do the maize and the crayfish and the palm oil and milk this time around. The next time you can do banana mashed, maybe with maybe soya bean this time around or something else, another source of protein. Things like that. Be creative. Sometimes mothers are, you want your baby to take pap 24 hours. I mean, you yourself, can you eat rice morning, afternoon? Now, would you be tired? So why do we expect our baby to take pap 24/7? It's not right. So that's it. We're having some questions coming
yes,
up, Vera. Let me just quickly take them. Elizabeth is asking, Doctor, can you please work out the weekly timetable for 6 to 9 month old baby? So, Elizabeth, I've already said that. Please go to the Facebook group because we can't keep repeating, and we try to give you freedom of choice. 6 to 9 months old, you are your own combination. We try to do 6 to 8 months, then 9 to 11 months. So 6 to 8 months should take 2 to 3 times food a day plus one healthy snack with breast milk the same way the baby was taking it, not reducing the quantity of breast milk. Okay, so that's what your baby should take. But what you really need to do is those 2-3 snacks, and those 2-3 feeds, it should be like half a cup. So what you now need to decide for yourself is what goes into it. So I can't say for your own baby only give pap. No, you know what your baby likes. You work it out and try, and be an adventurous, try varieties, and that's the most important thing. And then Ngozi is asking how many times should a child of 2 years old eat? So we are recommending 4 to 5 times a day, plus 2 healthy snacks. And that one is like there's a plate, there's a like a 3/4 to a full plate, 4 to 5 times a day, in addition to 2 healthy snacks. So and remember, from 2 years, fruits, vegetables, you can take things like carrot, you can take things like boiled egg, you can take things like carrot, you can, things that baby can hold in their hands and eat, and they don't see it as a big deal. So it is not only when they are sitting down and then you are all, all the paraphernalia of food and all, or this is a meal time. No, in between the meal times, you can give. Yeah, so they are going on, they are eating the banana and moving. They are going, they are eating the pawpaw, or they are going, they are eating the carrot, things like that. From 2 years, we want your baby to be on the family diet. They should be on full family diets. Sure. So that's the time they should be eating with their spoons, not you still forcing or feeding them on porridge or on cereals and things. I see mothers who still give their baby bottles at 3 years. They are going to nursery with the bottles. That is completely, absolutely wrong. And those things start from 6 months. We always say no bottles at all. Even exclusive breastfeeding, no bottles. Even if you are expressing breast milk, cup feeding is better, because it gives them, they start learning how to use the cup, they start learning how to use the spoon right from that period. When you are introducing cereal, no bottle, no cereals in bottle, with spoon and the cup. And then you feed them. By the time they're about 1 year, you start letting them feed themselves. By the time they're about 9 to 11 months, you start giving them the finger food. They can hold it in their hand and eat it. By the time they're about 1 year, 2 years, they can feed themselves. And that is how it should be. Okay. I think we missed out a question before now. I don't know whether we can go back that we've not answered. Sarah. Yeah. Can I add potato, vegetables, meals, and what's the other part?
Meals together. And she's asking if she can add
potatoes,
vegetables.
Yes, Sarah, your baby can eat anything. That's the message we're passing across. Your baby can eat anything. Just when you are introducing new food, be patient. Don't be in a hurry. Do it gradually. So the first time you are adding something new, if your baby just take only 2 or 3 spoons, that is fine. Leave it and move on. Don't force the baby, because that is where mothers get the impression, oh, my baby doesn't like that food, and they take that one out. And it's because, number one, you've not even tried long enough. The fact that you gave me something new today and I take only 1 spoon does not mean I will not take 5 spoons the next time. So mothers will tell me, oh, I've tried this, I've tried that. In a period of 1 week, they've tried several things. I'm like, that's not possible. That means you are really not patient. Yeah. You must at least try a new food for up to like 1 week, 2 weeks before you can say that the baby doesn't like it. And of course, we have thousands of choices. So that's another message I want mothers to take away from today's presentation. Your baby can eat anything. Apart from honey, no honey before the age of 1 year. Okay, so don't give honey to your baby.
Someone wants to know why, Dr. Bimso.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, ACP people know. Infant botulism, honey contains, yes, okay, honey contains what we call Clostridium botulinum. So, and we adults can handle it, but babies cannot handle it, and it can lead to a very fatal disease called infant botulism. So, no honey. Don't use honey to sweeten the pap. Don't use honey to sweeten the cereal. No. Please don't. Give other healthy choices. But every other, baby can take amala even from that 6 months. Just make it soft. Then maybe now add the vegetables of a wedu, add the crayfish from the protein. We are from different places. We all eat different kind of food, and that is why when people say I should give them a timetable, I'm not going to give you that. I'm just going to give you options. You know what babies eat in your own area. Some people, they don't eat amala. Maybe there's something else they like as their own staple. But basically, we all have all the things. So, and I love the one Tara said. So she mentioned potatoes, she mentioned vegetables, she mentioned meat. So she has covered almost three. Then what she needs to do is to add a little oil, and her baby's food is adequate because everything is there, and the oil is just a little, not plenty like that. So
All right.
if you look at the food plates, you can go to ATP or go on Google, look for food plates. It will give you an idea of how the portioning should be, of how much of the grains and energy building food, and how much of the oil, how much of the vegetables, and how much of the protein, and of course milk. The babies in the first 2 years of life needs milk. It's either you are giving breast milk or you're also adding formula, because I know some people are not breastfeeding. If you are not breastfeeding at all, your baby, the frequency of your baby's food will increase by one compared to all the other people that the other frequency that we've been given here.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Dr. Boyede. I think I saw a question pop up now. Someone was asking. Yes, Ruth Joseph wants to know if a
Yeah,
10 months
I
old
think
can
I've
take
said that
oats.
several times. Yeah, roots. Your 10 months can take oats. Yeah, can take oats. Yeah. Now, Uche, thank you so much for that question. Uche Anikwe Agbafe, is it good to give babies multivitamin for them to eat? Now, the question is, multivitamins don't make your baby eat. Just take that myth away. It doesn't make them eat. So, if your baby is eating the way I've enumerated, taking food from all the various classes, your vitamins come from vegetables and fruits. So if you are giving fruits, vegetables as your healthy snacks, or even into your, nothing stops you from being creative. When you are making your cereal, you can blend apple, you can blend banana into a pap and all that. You understand? So you can take that, and you don't need any multivitamins. But if you are one of those mothers that the only thing you're giving your baby is pap, 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 and nothing else, then your baby needs multivitamin, because your baby is not getting vitamin from fruits and from vegetables. But you know what? Giving it as the food is far better than giving it as drugs. But if that's your alternative, well, you can do that. You can give multivitamin tablets or syrup and all that. But we prefer you give it in your food. And also you're giving food. But the multivitamin is not what's going to make your baby eat. It
True.
is it is following all these principles that we've been talking about.
All right. Thank you so
Then
much, Dr.
somebody just
Boyede.
asked a question on
Before we
golden
take that
milk. I just
question,
okay.
Dr. Boyede, are you there?
I'm there.
Before we take that question, let's just have a commercial break.
All right.
Drink it every time. That's why I drink Big 456. Big 456, yeah. I want to be strong. I want to be smart. Drink it every time. That's why I drink Big 456. Big 456, yeah. I want.
For nearly 20 years, Afravite has been my family's choice of multivitamin supplement for the children. When I was a young girl, my mother gave me Afravite because it's rich in vitamins crucial in the growth of children and for their daily vitality. Afravite now comes in a new pack but retains the same goodness that helps to keep the family strong and healthy. Afravite, available in syrup and drops for daily vitality. Afravite is made by Africhem Limited.
Yeah, welcome back. Dr. Boyede, we have loads of questions, so we would like to take them sharp, 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 sharp. So someone is
Quickly.
asking, Antonia Nwora, is golden month safe for infant less than 3 years? This is our very...
No, I mean, I'm sure Vera is aware of that. We've debated this several times, and we don't want to advertise for the manufacturers, but they've said that the product is made for children 3 years and above. So that is what the manufacturer recommends. Yeah.
There's another question.
And somebody is saying, yeah,
Okay, Chuku Juliet.
okay, Chiku Juliet. Yeah.
My baby is 8 days old and I'm exclusively breastfeeding, but it doesn't get enough breast milk. My husband is suggesting formula and water.
Juliet, how do you know your baby is not getting enough breast milk? How do you know? So the question is, are you lactating? If you're not lactating, it's a different thing. We know how to advise you on how to lactate. Believe me, your baby can get enough breast milk. Twins can be exclusively breastfed. So if you have a single baby, you can breastfeed your baby. Number one, don't be under pressure. And please tell your husband, I hope he's listening to me. Please, daddy, our baby needs only breast milk. No formula, no water. And your baby's, your wife's breast is milk is the best for your baby.
True.
I mean, I keep saying that which other animals or which other species goat doesn't come to human beings and take our milk to feed their babies. So why do we have to go to the animals to take their milk to feed our own babies? And then we wonder later why let's not go in there. Anyway, basically, breast milk is enough. So, Juliet, I would recommend you go and watch the breastfeeding units of cereals. So there's a series on attachment, making sure you are properly positioning your breast. There's a unit on how to increase your breast milk production, because I can't go into all the details now. We have to answer that question, but I would strongly recommend you watching all the breastfeeding video series. I can assure you, you can breastfeed your baby exclusively. Yeah.
Okay. There's another question. Someone is saying, when you give the child the food and they keep dropping it, she says she's forced to just feed herself. Wow. Does that mean I'm not helping the
To
child?
feed it?
She says,
What are you feeding? Are you feeding yourself or the baby? Okay, fine. Okay, Chinaye, I've already said you need to be patient. When you offer a particular food, the baby doesn't take it 2-3 times, leave it and move on. Then another time you can bring back that food again and do that. Another thing you can do, there are other techniques you can do. You can add what the food the baby likes, you can add it to the one he doesn't like. Okay? So you can add formula, for example, you can add your breast milk. Yes, you can. We call it, packing the food into it. So there are some children that don't like all the peas, all the fruits, and all that. You can blend it and put it inside their oats or pap that they love, and put the milk, and they're eating the veggies without seeing it, and that is the most important thing. So there are techniques. So I would recommend also for you to watch, for Chineke to watch the unit 2 of infant and child nutrition on our Facebook group. You will see how to go about that. But please be patient. Please be persistent. Mothers, I found out that we're always in a hurry. You want your baby to be eating like an adult when you are just starting something new. It's new to them. So please give them time. Be creative. Be adventurous. Try different things. Don't do only one thing and say, "Oh, my baby is not eating."
Okay,
and
Dr.
they
Vincent,
come
let's
and
take Aderogba's question now.
yeah.
Hello, doctor. Please, my baby.
Aderogba. Yeah.
She says he likes
I can
all
read the
sorts of
question.
adult food, but even at that, he
Yeah.
doesn't eat much. Just like 5 tiny spoons of rice.
Yes. So Aderogba, Mujidat, I think that must be your first name. So what we are saying is that your baby's stomach is not like yours. So your baby is not going to eat the same quantity of rice like you. So you may think that 5 spoons of rice is not enough. It's maybe more for a 1-year-old. That may be enough. Seriously, all you need to do for us is to make sure that you also, in that rice, it should not be plain rice, because rice is just a carbohydrate. Make sure you put a little bit of fish. Put a little bit of oil in your stew, maybe it's as the stew or something, and make sure that maybe if you want to cut carrots into it, or you want to put some veggies or something like that, put it inside that rice. I'm telling you, that is enough for your baby. If your baby so that's what we call making the each intake or each spoon counts. So
Wow.
even though your baby is taking 5 spoons, but it is packed. There's oil inside, there's veggies, there's protein. Packed. At the end of the day, the baby has gotten enough. And remember, they are going to eat more times than you. That is why your 1-month-old is going to eat 4 times. And it's also going to take 2 snacks, because we know that they can't eat a whole bowl of rice at once. So it's okay. 5 spoons is okay. But remember that baby is going to eat 5 times, and it's still going to also take snacks. So that's the most important thing. Yeah.
Yeah, there's another question from Theresa Osarenoma. Good morning, doctor. I don't know why my son refuses to eat when I put food in his mouth. He spits it back. He's 2
Yeah,
years
so
old.
Teresa, obviously you are just joining us because I answered our question several times. If you are still having this issue with babies at 2 years, obviously the problem starting from 6 months, because there are what we call early eating habits. There are things sometimes we have, we didn't get it right at the beginning, but you can still start from where you are right now. And basically what I'm trying to say is that be patient. If your baby doesn't like a particular food, don't force them to eat it. You're actually going to reinforce them not eating that food anymore. So just leave them. Trust me, children don't starve. They don't starve. They will not starve. They will eat. Number two, give them food only when they are hungry. You see some mothers, they want their children to be eating like every second. I mean, who does that? Even you don't eat every second. So wait until they are hungry. Wait until they give you feeding cues that, oh, they are really hungry. Then offer them the food at that time. But if you already offer them the food before they are hungry, they are more likely going to reject it anyway. And please, those are also some babies, because you've given them all those junks, they don't want to eat the healthy food. And so also make sure that all the junks in your house, you've cleared them out. No biscuits, no ice cream, no, the usual stuff of junks, nothing of that nature. Then leave your baby alone. When they are hungry, they will eat. If they don't like a particular one, give them other options. Have different options of food, and they'll be fine.
All right. Thank you,
Oh,
Dr. Boyede.
Nanya, yeah, let me just take Nanya's question quickly. I've already said it. From 6 months, your baby can eat any food. So your baby can eat rice, it can eat beans, it can eat fish, it can eat egg, it can take water from 6 months. What we are saying is that the consistency, and not food. I don't know what your last part of the full cream milk. At 6 months, your baby should be on your breast milk, not artificial milk, not the one you drink, not the kind of milk you drink. It should be the normal breast milk. If you are not doing breast milk, you can use formula that is age appropriate. So make sure it is a 6 month to a 12-month-old formula, not your full cream adult milk. You know what? I hope you get what I'm saying. So that's very, very important. But the most important thing for you is that make sure the consistency is right. So if you are going to give rice to a 6-month-old baby, it has to be cooked very soft and mashed, and possibly put it so that it will be like a porridge. That's the one we're saying. The consistency has to be a porridge like. It is until they're about 11 months, 1 year, then they can start eating the grains. That's what we're saying. So when you are starting, make sure it is soft. Make sure it is something they can easily swallow. That's the most important. But they can eat anything. That's like your egg. You can't give them the boiled egg to eat. You have to match it out. You can match it
Okay.
into the rice, and they
For
can eat
time's
it.
sake, Dr. Boyede, let's move on to Abiodun's question. Can you please take that?
Yeah. Abiodun say, what's the right measurement? So, for exclusive breastfed baby, Abiodun, you are not very specific with your question. You didn't give me the age of the baby. Baby on exclusive breastfeeding should be on breast milk on demand. So there's no limit to what they can take. Let them just keep drinking it. We don't measure it as much as they want. You can give. So, but usually we go by their weight. So usually we want to give them something like between 100 to 150 mils per kg. But that's what pediatricians do. They calculate it. But for you as a mom, just give them breast milk only. Okay. So the next question
Ebere.
is about Ibere says, is it good that the concluding part? Yes, of course. The concluding part of breast milk, what we call the hind milk.
I want to be smart, drink it every time. That's why I drink Big 4, 5, 6. Big 4, 5, 6, yeah.
For nearly 20 years, Afravite has been my family's choice of multivitamin supplement for the children. When I was a young girl, my mother gave me Afravite because it's rich in vitamins crucial in the growth of children and for their daily vitality. Afravite now comes in a new pack but retains the same goodness that helps to keep the family strong and healthy. Afravite, available in syrup and drops for daily vitality. Afravite is made by Afrabchem Limited.
Okay, welcome back.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that. We had a bit of
I think
So,
our
Dr. Boyede, we have just 5 minutes to round off this show.
random. Yeah.
I'd
Okay.
like you
So
to
it
take.
is obvious. Yeah. No, we can't take more questions. It's obvious we can all the questions on
Yes,
the
so just round
group.
up.
So what I'm going to suggest is that if you still have more questions, that doesn't mean we answer your question, but can you also ask the Facebook group? Don't post it on the comments. Please post it as a question so that with them, our moderators will attend to them, because we may not be able to go through all the comments to be able to answer one-on-one. And please, before you ask questions, I would strongly recommend you go and visit the units on breastfeeding and the units on infant and child nutrition, because most likely with your questions will be answered already. If after watching those videos, going through all the various articles on the units, and you still have questions, we'll be very happy to answer them. But please, as a new question separately on the group, so that we can quickly see them and answer. It's been a pleasure talking to you this morning. Thank you so much for joining. We
All right,
appreciate
thank you so
it.
much, Dr. Boyede. That was really, really brilliant. And thank you, viewers, for watching. And I'll just leave you with these few words. Dr. Boyede has told us to go slow when you're feeding your baby. Multivitamins don't make baby eat, so make your baby eat. Children don't starve. She said that also. And she says, make each intake count. So it means make sure you have balanced meals for your children. So we'll meet next time. Please remember to always ensure that your baby is well fed. Thank you so much. If you have any question, like she said, go on the Ask the Pediatricians Facebook group wall and drop your questions. They'll be very happy to attend to them. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I want to be strong, I want to be smart, drink it every time, that's why I drink Big 456, Big 456, yeah. I want to be strong, I want to be smart, drink it every time, that's why I drink Big 456, Big 456, yeah.
For nearly 20 years, Afravite has been my family's choice of multivitamin supplement for the children. When I was a young girl, my mother gave me Afravite because it's rich in vitamins crucial in the growth of children and for their daily vitality. Afravite now comes in a new pack but retains the same goodness that helps to keep the family strong and healthy. Afravite, available in syrup and drops for daily vitality.